Yeah, good evening, everybody, and welcome to yet another journey for philosophy for IS mains exam. This is very necessary to tell. This is not philosophical journey. This is a journey for the exam. Okay. And before the start, I want to assure you that you are going to have your best exam as far as philosophy is concerned in IS mains. I commit in the very first class before speaking on anything else. That will be your best exam. Why? How? You will be tempted to attempt all 8 questions, though you are supposed to write 5 questions. You will be finding difficult to choose 5 because you will be knowing complete. This has happened over the years, and in future also it will happen. It will be very rare that some question you might not be knowing. That would be very rare. But if it happens, then nobody else would be able to write that question. That is another reality. And when no else is able to write, then your competition is nullified. Then there is not competition. Competition is there where everybody knows, and there you have to write something above average. You are going to have complete command over the subject with 100% conceptual clarity, highest level of conceptual clarity, especially in Western. In Indian, it is not so much of concepts. That's more of factual. But Western is all about concepts. And some of the philosophers, really, they are very deep and you will be understanding them with the utmost ease. Philosophy won't be a problem. It won't be a hurdle. It won't be an obstacle. It won't create any kind of problem in your success. It is going to be your one of the strongest pillar. But yes, if you rely 100% on this, that's not competitiveness. Isn't it? I mean, that's true. That will be a strong pillar, a very strong backup for you. But if you think that everything will be done by this only, I mean, that is running from the facts. You need one more area to support for a rank. If you want top rank, then you need to have a balanced marking in all the areas. And one or two, those which are like acting as a pushing you towards above average. You will have it. Okay. In this journey, as I'm saying that yes, you will be having utmost clarity. But yes, I would be requiring certain things. Not in the name of philosophy. वहां कुछ नहीं चाहिए. I want you to move along with the class. I want you to make repeated revisions. And yes, logically, I want you to practice by writing. Your course structure of about 3 months, your test series, 8 unit wise, 4 composite tests, your live answer writing sessions, which we call laws, they all are designed with the utmost near to perfection. I will do my work with the utter honesty. I'll give best of best. And I expect same thing from you. Nothing, you don't have to bring anything from outside. What we have been doing here, you just need to revise and have command over it. That's it. You don't have to move in advance. You have to move along with me or behind me. Right? What does it mean? I'll explain each and everything. Okay. So don't worry about this subject. What's your background? I'm from engineering background. Can I do it? All such questions have become redundant since long back. They are redundant. I don't know why candidates ask such questions which have been completely out of, action. They have become redundant. Literally, I'm using the word redundant. Such questions were the questions I remember some 8 years, 9 years back. But now you are asking again same question. What is the logic? What is the reason behind this? You see the toppers. You see rank 2 onwards. In that top 1 to 2 to 50 rank, you will find only 2 candidates who are from non-engineering background. सारे तो बीटेक ही तो हैं. Most of you are from engineering background. Very few people in every batch, very few people are from philosophical background. So from where this question is coming? My background is engineering, my background is this literature, my background is this humanities. I have not read anything in the name of philosophy. That's good for you and best for me. Because if you have read something, then you will trouble me. And if you don't know anything, then entire thing lies on me and my journey would be smooth. Don't worry about the understanding. I will intrude into you, each and everybody, and place my things in your mind in a well-organized way. वो कोई टेंशन ही नहीं समझ में आने वाला. ऐसा कोई चीज होता ही नहीं. I have never faced that. Yes, I have faced a problem. Very frequent problem is that I am not able to write. Sir, आता है सब कुछ. I know everything. I can tell you, but I'm not able to write it. Immediately I tell that you have not done more than 2 revisions. Even 2, I'm saying, but higher side. And in most of the time, those candidates says, yes, sir. I mean, you can't expect a miracle. I mean, we are ordinary human beings. We require at least 5 revisions. After 5 revision, we will be in position to pick up pen. Not before 5 revisions. That's impossible task. We are not machines. We are not, we don't carry chips. अभी वो समय नहीं आया. The time will come later. कि chip लेगा के घूम रहे हैं हम. Isn't it? That's a futuristic vision. अभी नहीं है वो समय. अभी तो हम ordinary beings हैं. And ordinary being means that we have to read it, revise it, and make repeated revisions. Then only you'll be able to pick up pen and your pen will move. My standard for revisions, like in the very initial 10 minutes, I need to tell you that my standard revision is 20 revisions. This figure might be like, but very higher side, might be abstract. Some of you might say, what crap, 20 revision kaise hoga? Means we don't have any other work except to read philosophy. You might think like that. But you can imagine that within 15 minutes, I'm saying this, that I expect you and my standard is 20 revisions. And if it occurs less than 20 revisions, then the very purpose of taking philosophy as an optional subject in IAS mains is defeated. Then why you have taken philosophy? Who told you? You have taken subject because of its short syllabus nature and its add-on advantage, and it's like scoring. More because that it's a short and it does not have any current updates. You have taken for this only. So which short syllabus hai, and then you have picked up and then you are end up revising less than 20. So now that's the biggest contradiction and paradox. This is not your geography, political science or history, where even 2 revisions and 3 revision is a Herculean task. What I'm saying might be receptivity might be less, but your wisdom lies in believing your teacher. If you have come over here, so hence you should believe your coach, you should believe your teacher. It's not like on the roadside somewhere you heard from somewhere else. What I'm saying, I stand on that. And each and every word and every advice I can justify, and I stand on that. And yes, another reality is that once you will have rank, then you will come and stand here and you will share that 20 revision what sir have told is less. I have ended up revising much more than 20 times. आप ही बोलेंगे किसी वक्त यहाँ आके, that's a reality. You talk to any topper, you talk to any rank holder, they will share. I mean, that last year, Ankita, the third ranker, she has written in a statement. I was not expecting, and I was not even knowing. She had written that I have joined Sir's Epoche, that's your test series name, 4 times. 4 बार तो टेस्ट लिखे उसने. You can imagine कि how many revisions she might have made. यहाँ पर एक टेस्ट सीरीज कंप्लीट नहीं होती लोगों की. People write with the great efforts 2 test series, and she has written 4 times. And she must have practiced previous year questions. She must have written during the class. तो भाई 20 रिवीजन कहाँ है? 20 रिवीजन तो कहीं लगते ही नहीं है फिर. And yes, remember my words, you will do that. A time will come. Your real advantage of subject you will realize during mains. Then you will be delighted that your roommate is struggling to have even 50% of revision because he is belonging to geography and history, and you will end up revising right from morning till evening. You will end up revising either paper 1 or at least Indian philosophy. इसका रियल सिग्निफिकेंस आपको तब पता लगेगा. लेकिन वहां तक पहुंचने के लिए we have to put in a lot of efforts. It's a short syllabus, but it does not mean it's a shortcut to success. No. Hard work, there is no substitute for hard work. वो तो उतनी ही रहने वाली है, उससे ज्यादा होने वाली है. Either you take this subject or that subject. It doesn't matter at all. I'm talking about the number of revisions. I'm not talking about hard work. That is there. Okay, so in these 3 months, we will be doing 100% syllabus, right top to bottom. At appropriate time, I'll announce about the test series. Don't get worried about test. Many people have asked me and they have, mailed, and some of them have contacted me directly. कि sir, what about test? अबे test है ना यार, test क्यों नहीं होगा? In test would be announced. I mean, I can't start test from day 1. मैं तो शुरू कर देता हूँ. Will you be able to write? तो टेस्ट के लिए भाई we need to do some portion. कुछ तो हो टेस्ट लेने लायक. So forget about test. Only one thing is that you have test series. 8 unit wise test is there. 4 composite test is there. If you want to see schedule, then on the booklet, at the back of the booklet, on each and every booklet, you will find that structure of the test series named epoche. What does epoche mean? I mean, we will explore during the journey. जैसे जैसे आगे बढ़ेंगे एक पड़ाव आएगा where we will understand what does it epoche mean and how it is important, not only from the examination point of view, and we will also learn that how it is important in our life. But not before time. That will lose its significance. Let it come on its own course. सारी चीजें अपने आप आएंगी, अपने आप आने दें. Let them have their own course. Let us not do anything mechanical. I will not do anything mechanical. Not a single thing will be done in a mechanized way. And you will understand most of you have 4 sections. And I think in 2 or 3 sections, I won't be starting syllabus from topic 1. Because if I start from topic 1, that would be highly mechanized thing. बहुत मैकेनिकल है वो टॉपिक 1 लिख दिया उन्होंने, लेकिन वहां से वो आपको नहीं पकड़ में आएगा. There is some different topic. There is a particular sequence. And once we will be doing and completing sequence, then you will realize, oh yes, it makes sense. How can we afford to do topic number 1? That's impossible. करने को तो कुछ भी कर लो. करने को तो even I can teach you one topic and you will be understanding 100%. ना समझने वाली कोई बात ही नहीं है. Even right now, I can do one topic you say not about Indian, I can do Western. And the best part is that you will understand top to bottom. मजा नहीं है. मजा मतलब, I mean, everything you should imbibe. It should settle down in you so that whenever you see question, whenever you see any topic, it should come out effortlessly, not by putting any kind of pressure. अपने आप आने दो. That's like organic preparation. And this is what needs to be done in your GS also. Simply opening Lakshmikant and reading from page number 1 won't serve your purpose. It won't serve. You need to understand the essence, the pulse of that subject. Indian Constitution, polity, essence lena jaruri hai. And that essence might come in 1 class, might come in 2 class, might come in 10 minutes. That depends upon the subject, that which subject you are studying. So have the essence and then you start. Once you have essence, then you will realize, no, yaar, this cannot be started from chapter 1. That has to be started from chapter 9, for example. Yeah, you will have intuitive realization. Either you have to dig it up or somebody will make things easier for you. Okay, so we will be doing this. Instead of directly starting, we will devote initial classes on the foundation classes. We will learn some basic concepts, nothing too related with philosophy. They are common sense concepts, they are logical concepts. If you think logically, you will be able to answer. So we will create a base, we will create a foundation. Along with that, we will see certain do's and don'ts. Every subject has its own flair. Every subject will have its own do's and don'ts. So along with that, we will be discussing certain do's and don'ts. Some basic concepts, some basic terminologies, and you will realize that your 75% of the syllabus will revolve in and around those 8 and 9 concepts. Logical concepts, commonsensical concepts. Because I know you are not from philosophical background. Even if somebody is there, I'm not concerned and I don't want to know that. So we will create first big picture formation. That term I like very much, big picture formation. I mean, you should able to see that philosophy is okay. This is what philosophy is. You should be able to see this. Abhi vagueness hai. Kya hoga philosophy mein? Yes, you have seen syllabus. But just seeing syllabus, I don't think you have an overview. You cannot get. So for every section, we will first create a big picture. Indian philosophy है क्या Indian philosophy में? बात क्या कर रहे हैं? What are the contours? What are the issues? What is the sequence? So in one class, we will see overview, big picture formation of Indian philosophy. And there you will get to know, okay, अब समझ गया. All philosophers are doing only this. आ जाओ जी, अब philosophers बदलते रहेंगे and their methodologies and their views will keep on changing. Exactly in the same thing, we will see Western philosophy is what is all about. Philosophy of religion. Okay, this is what the philosophy of religion is. You explore subject, you see syllabus. I mean, that is necessary. That's like your career. So you need to take very intelligent decision. Okay, and you see syllabus and you find a topic, proof for the existence of God. And some people get repelled by this topic. They say proof for the existence of God. I mean, that's ocean. Proof. मतलब जितनी जनता यहाँ पर पूरी दुनिया में है, उतने proof है भाई. तो इसका मतलब I have to think what could be the proof for the existence of God. यार, that's a very dangerous. कहाँ से लेके आऊंगा मैं? Then another person says कि proof for the existence of God is यार हम hardcore atheist और मुझे से कर रहा है कि proof बता. मैं मानता ही नहीं भाई God. हाँ, तो मेरे को क्वेश्चन पूछा कि भाई प्रूव एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ गॉड, तो भाई मैं तो जो है लिख दूंगा आई डोंट बिलीव इन गॉड, बट इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट. These are, I mean, that's a very technical topic. Nobody is asking you. आपसे कोई पूछ ही नहीं रहा. There's a thinker based. There's a well set arguments. पहली बात तो we need to understand कि proof यहाँ कह किसको रहे हैं. वो आपको पता ही नहीं है. You don't know. And why you should know? There is no reason for you to know what does proof mean here. I mean, there is no reason for you to know. So there is nothing wrong. But yes, it has some meaning. And proof for the existence of God is a very technical topic. Okay, and technical topic means there are well set arguments which we have to understand, we have to reproduce. We will put our efforts only in understanding those topics, not in anything else. तो भाई पहले हम समझेंगे, we will try to understand what this is all about. So we will create big picture formation. You will develop in these 2 classes or 3 classes, foundation classes, familiarity with the subject, affinity with the subject. A compatibility will develop between you and the subject and between you and me. You are meeting me for the first time. We require some compatibility. You need to understand me and I need to understand you. शुरू में टॉपिक शुरू करें तो 3-4 दिन तो मैं तो 2 टॉपिक तो निकल के समझने में का दर क्या चल रहा है भैया कुछ पता ही नहीं लगा. Then suddenly we are in the 3rd topic and I have done my protocol, I have done my course. वो हो जाएगा सारा. It won't go beyond 3 months, maximum 3 to 3.5 months. That's not a problem. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, subject is not a problem. All problems will come from your side. Okay, it should not come. For that, my advice is, or your biggest challenge will be to move along with the class. Shuru mein we will be a bit slow, but moment we enter into the 2nd week and moment we come, we pick up our normal pace, then, I mean, subject is really short. Sometimes 1 class, 1 topic, 2 class, 3 class, 1 chapter. तो वहां से आपका चैलेंज शुरू होता है to move along with the class. Okay, for some it might be demo class or free seminar. Even we have given in advertisement free seminar, but that's the word I don't like personally. And from my side, it is your class. Your batch begins with this class. क्योंकि डेमो जब लगाते हैं, जब माइंड में डेमो होता है तो हमारा ओरिएंटेशन इज लाइक दैट ओनली. You can't judge in 1, 2, 3 class. Neither you can judge subject, neither you can judge your teacher. That's too simplified. ऐसा नहीं है, हो नहीं सकता. Okay, but fine, that's a set practice, no problem at all. Be comfortable with that. Okay, but from my personal view, this is your proper class, and once you go out of this class, you will carry something from me. It will not be just hollow. No class will go hollow. Right? So, foundation class, 2nd, while taking class, I will not expect anything from you as far as philosophy is concerned. I know you are not from philosophical background, or even if you are, I'm not concerned. So, 0 expectation from you as far as philosophy is concerned. While teaching you, I will not have any kind of presumption. I will not presume anything. अरे यार इतना तो आता ही होगा. Let us start from this point. No, it is not like that. For me, you are 0, and I have to create base, and I have to create a superstructure on that. With that mindset, we will be moving. If I ask you something, then that will be purely on logical basis, on the common sense basis. You have to answer as a layman. And the best part is, I don't expect right answers from you. I expect wrong answers from you. Okay, wrong answer denge, so I will have more opportunity to speak something on that. So feel free, no problem at all. गलती होगा, so don't feel shy. अरे यार गलत हो जाएगा, गलती चाहिए. And those who know, and those who are like my old students, few students might repeating. So those who know, or those who have done, or those who have read in advance, they need to keep silent in the class. Because the moment you speak, I'll get to know that you know this. So that's not a good practice, because that will harm other people. That will stop the thought process of other people. Let them think, let them struggle. And I am saying I want wrong answer, so where is the problem? I don't want right answers. तो फिर दिक्कत कहाँ है? दिक्कत तो right answer में है. Isn't it? Those who know, and they immediately, I ask and they immediately tell. So I am shut. I mean, I don't find any reason to speak on that. भाई जो पूछा जवाब दे दिया, अब इस पे क्या बोलूं मैं? Okay, so don't worry about that. Feel free, and don't think like as a layman. Right? So these are the certain guidelines. Philosophy, I mean, I have already told you such questions are redundant. Don't get worried about those questions. Do I need to have a philosophical bent of mind? I have read Bhagavad Gita in my childhood. I have this inclination, I have a spiritual inclination. I read philosophy books. इसका क्या मतलब? कोई है ना, एग्जाम लिखना है यार हमने, isn't it? और एग्जाम लिख के we need to have, I mean, that's another debate, rank versus score. Every year many queries come and they do ask कि सर आजकल नंबर नहीं आ रहे. मैंने कहा नंबर चाहिए या रैंक चाहिए? तो देन दे से कि सर नंबर से ही तो रैंक आएगा, स्कोर से ही रैंक आएगा. ना, आर यू श्योर that with a score only you will get rank? My arguments and my justification is somewhat awkward. But are you sure that with a score you will get rank? Perhaps you do not know that many people have scored 290 and even 300 and they are not in the final list. Okay? And some people who have got 250, 260, they are in the rank. One person few years back got 210, worst score by any standard, and he got top 50 rank. तो भाई कहाँ हो, किधर हो? Social media में. I mean, social media is so authentic. Will you get carried away by social media? क्या पूरा 100% believe करोगे इसको? Why don't you ask some the genuine people? Why don't you see the facts? You see facts. 242 this year, 2021, rank is there. 249, rank is there. And now a candidate asked me, sir, I got 261 and I didn't get rank. Philosophy ने धोखा दे दिया. मैंने कहा यार 242 में तो rank आई है यार. I mean, are you running from the facts? आंख बंद करके बैठे हो? या are you passing on responsibility to some other? So what I'm trying to say, that score, of course, that's make a sense. Score आएगा तो हमारी rank तो आएगी. But if you given a choice कि rank चाहिए, score चाहिए, तो क्या लेंगे? Rank चाहिए भाई. वाई टू अप्लाई दिस माइंड कि हाँ स्कोर आएगा तभी रैंक आएगी, तो स्कोर चाहिए मुझे, तो दिमाग लगा रहे हो। और दिमाग नहीं लगाना, रैंक लेना है भाई, मुझे तो रैंक दे चाहिए। बिकॉज यू नीड टू बी फोकस्ड ऑन दैट रैंक, बिकॉज इफ यू फोकस ऑन रैंक then you become balanced preparation. Then you don't end up devoting more than half year on one area. पूरी साल भर पॉलिटी लक्ष्मीकांत ही पढ़ते रह गए जी, 8-8 घंटे 10-10 घंटे पढ़ रहे हो, पॉलिटी पढ़ रहे हैं, इकोनॉमी पढ़ रहे हैं, 3-4 सेक्शन है वही पढ़े जा रहे हैं, पढ़े जा रहे हैं। आई मीन पीपल डू नॉट नो दैट 30 मार्क्स इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी पे क्वेश्चन आता है मेंस में, 20-25-30 डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट पे क्वेश्चन आता है। आप तो पूरे साल भर पॉलिटी, इकोनॉमी, हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी कर रहे थे। Who will take care of those? Rank तो तब आएगा once you have balanced preparation and you see the hidden topics and you analyze previous year questions. You see syllabus, you correlate with the examination pattern, and then you get to understand, okay, this is how rank is to come. This is how balanced preparation has to be there. कहाँ हो यार? You need to be competitive. Be focused. I started my sentence lecture with the one word. I welcomed you for yet another philosophy journey for philosophy for IAS exam. So we are too focused on that. कि भैया ये लेना है, ये ऑब्जेक्टिव है. We are here not to become philosopher. आपके व्यूज नहीं चाहिए. किसने कहा? You see syllabus, 75% of the syllabus is well structured, well defined and thinker based. A thinker is there, a particular topic is there. Not a single mark question will come beyond the topic. You see last 30 years, एक नंबर का भी बाहर से नहीं आएगा, नहीं आया इस बार. That was during the course mains exam had happened. Few people might be knowing that. During the course it had happened. And before that exam, I said, वो ज्यादा एनर्जेटिक होके I told कि इससे बाहर नहीं आएगा. And course was running. So after saying, I was like bit scared कि भाई कोर्स के दौरान ही आपने बोल दिया पेपर तो अभी हो जाएगा. Then if something goes wrong, then what will happen? Then I told my batch कि यार 10-15 दिन तक दिखूंगा नहीं मैं यहाँ. But yes, we did very logically. It's not like emotional call. We did things logically, and every question we were able to hit it, and that enhanced student confidence of students. I mean, this is what I want. तो philosopher थोड़ी बनना है. Be competitive, be focused. एक नंबर कभी बाहर नहीं आएगा, आगे भी नहीं आएगा. Take my words. आएगा तो कोई नहीं कर पाएगा. वहां पे हमने परेशान नहीं होना है. लेकिन जो है उसमें we need to have complete command. That's how the nature of this paper is. All these philosophers, Plato, Aristotle, Buddha, I mean, they are huge philosophers. Shankaracharya, Ramanuj. People devote their many years in studying them, doing research them. PhD करते हैं भाई लोग बाग. प्लेटो पे नहीं, प्लेटो के एक टॉपिक पे. You can maintain one full-fledged library on each philosopher. लेकिन भाई उनसे हमें मतलब नहीं, आप कितने महान हो, कितने बड़े हो, उससे मुझे क्या लेना देना है. प्लेटो का एक ही टॉपिक लिखा है सिलेबस में. We have to study that. Every year question will come from that. This year also question has come. So we need to be focused. We don't have to become philosopher. We don't require your views. कहीं गुंजाइश ही नहीं है. You try. अगर मिल जाए तो. 75% of the syllabus is thinker based. कहां लिखोगे अपने व्यूज? बताओ. कहीं जगह ही नहीं. And the people think और philosophy और इसमें सोचना बहुत पड़ता है. And I say कि इसको घर पे रख के आएंगे, इसको नहीं लाना है यहाँ पर, क्योंकि सोचना नहीं है हमें, हमें समझना है. एंड दैट आई डू, दैट आई मेक यू, नो प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल. उसको कंसोलिडेट, यू नीड टू कंसोलिडेट दैट. Okay, with that mindset, we will try to understand. Okay, course will be of 3 months, Monday to Friday, but in this session, perhaps I might take Monday to Saturday. Okay, because in between the course, I will have some personal engagement. So I wanted to make a balance. Test series is included into that. First, we will discuss some basic concepts. I'll create a big picture formation. We will start with Indian philosophy. But before that, I need to give you certain things. After creating big picture for Indian philosophy, then I'll pick up one topic. I'll pick up one topic. I'll discuss very comprehensively. And whatever I'm saying, almost 100% things will come on the board. I will keep on writing and keep on developing mind map, flow chart, and keep on explaining you. I require bigger size. Hence, my font might be sometimes smaller because I want to give you a view in one go. एक साथ दिखना चाहिए कि okay, this is what Plato is. उसकी पिक्चर बनती है, वो understanding is better with that. So online people need not to worry about that. Whatever I'll write, I'll speak and then I write. While writing, I'll speak. So you are seeing, you are hearing. I can enhance the font size. बड़े बड़े अक्षर लिखेंगे, लेकिन लिखते रहेंगे, मिटाते रहेंगे, लिखते रहेंगे, मिटाते रहेंगे. आपकी understanding में that will create a problem. Problem is not for me. Even without reading, I can teach you. Without compromising on any conceptual clarity. वो issue नहीं है. But you should follow me. I mean, whatever practice we have taken, that is meant for you only. And I would be repeating things a number of times. I will repeat this way, that way, from all direction. I will be repeating. I will be writing. We will be discussing. We will be taking help of standard examples. Somewhere in between, I will be giving you non-standard examples also to make you understand. While reading, while discussing, I would advise you to make running notes. If you don't make, no problem at all. But my personal advice will be to jot down everything, whatever we discuss. So you need to make a balance between what you are hearing, what you are understanding, and what you are seeing, and what you are writing. It's not big thing. सुनने में ऐसा लगता है, लेकिन ऐसा है नहीं, मतलब problem नहीं है. Because a thing will be repeated number of times. I'm writing, so it takes time to write. It will take some time to write. You will get time to jot down. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. So I would advise, seriously, genuinely, I would advise that you make running notes also. Once topic is done, then I will dictate synopsis, summary of the topic from the booklet which you have be getting. जो booklet मिली है, उसी में से, उसी को खोल के, I would be dictating summary of that. What I am speaking, what I am writing, what I am dictating, source is one only. So you will get summary. On every topic, you will be getting 1.5 to 3 pages. So if a chapter is of 15 or 10 pages, that will be reduced to 3 to 4 pages. So see, more than 50% work is done in the class. After class, you go to home and devote initially 30 to 40 minutes to the class. What you have done? Take highlighter, red, green, blue pen, underline, read it like a textbook. Make your own structure, make your own mind map, साइड में बना ले और उस स्ट्रक्चर को try to keep, try to remember that. Okay, as we proceed, then 30-40 minutes will not serve your purpose. You have to revise the class notes, that day particular lecture and the previous lectures. So when we are in the full pace, then after class you need to devote around 2 hours at your room, quality 2 hours. अगर 2 घंटे रोज दे रहे हैं, regular, consistently, come what may, you should be able to move along with the class. And if you are able to do that, you have won battle more than half. आप देखेंगे उसको, you will realize, you will gauge your confidence. Backlog नहीं create करें, क्योंकि मैं कितना भी slow हो जाऊं, चीजें जल्दी खत्म होंगी. It's not like I am running fast. मैं तो बड़ा टाइम खराब करूंगा यहाँ पर. एक ही चीज को बहुत बार रिपीट करेंगे, ठीक है? सो उससे स्लो विल बिकम बोरिंग. ओके, तो वो टाइम जो लगना है, लेकिन आप अपना कंसिस्टेंसी यू मेंटेन, यू विल बी एबल टू कैच अप. I am giving synopsis summary from the booklets only, so that after revising your synopsis and class notes, once you pick up these booklets and read, that you should have a smooth journey. My ultimate objective is that you should be able to imbibe these booklets. मेरा ultimate objective है कि जो 4 booklets आपको मिलेंगी, ये सारी के सारी आप imbibe कर लें, याद हो जाए आपको. If you are able to do that, I have done my work. I am free from all tension. आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं आने वाली है. After that, if you feel कि sir, what if I want to read textbook, go ahead. I want to see this encyclopedia and that encyclopedia, मेरी तरफ से कुछ भी कर, but not at the cost of these booklets. If you are doing at the cost of these booklets, at the cost of synopsis, then you are lost in the ocean. फिर बचाने वाला बड़ा मुश्किल है. Then you will mess up the things. और बहुत ही simple चीजें, बहुत ही simple subject will become complicated because you messed up. जिन लोगों ने भी जो लोग भी एडवाइस करते हैं एनसाइक्लोपीडिया लिखें, I have not seen their encyclopedic study facts in their answers. You see toppers answers, they are lying on the website. रैंक 2 के भी हैं, 3 के भी हैं, 11 के संस्कृति का आई थिंक नहीं है, बाकी तो सारे ही हैं. कहाँ है वो? है तो सही आपके पास बेंचमार्क. एंड इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट कि दे विल राइट some different answer here and in the examination altogether different answers. That's illogical. That don't question their integrity. ऐसा नहीं है. तो क्या करोगे पढ़ के? Yes, some in between, if something is there where you require little more, no, ठीक है, just go with the Google, devote time कि भैया 10 minutes देंगे, 10 minutes में जितना मिलेगा उतना लेंगे, immediately I'll shut off, अलार्म लगा के जाऊंगा, because that's ocean. 10 मिनट गए, फटाफट से देखा, हाँ 5 लाइन 6 लाइन एक पैराग्राफ मिला, करा, बंद करा जी, बस खत्म हो गया जी अपना. But still, I'll say, do whatever you like to do. But only after doing synopsis, these booklets, and writing test. एक बार ये काम कर लो, इसके बाद में I'll suggest standard books. If you want to study, read it, and you can, fly wherever in the way in which you like. But don't do that before that. Okay, that will be my structure of teaching. Okay, I'll discuss, I'll write on the board, I'll dictate summary from the same booklets which you will be getting. Okay, usually Monday to Friday classes, 2 hours, it depends upon topic. I mean, we are not strict to days and strict to hours, sometime more, sometime less. Test series is there. At appropriate time, I will discuss, and I will discuss certain do's and don'ts also. I hope it is clear. Anything which you want to ask, you can, regarding course structure or anything else. I think I have given you all the things. If nothing, then I'll proceed and I'll pick up my second section. Each section, okay. Majority of time will be given on the paper 1. I'll explain. Yeah, that's good. We'll discuss that. Your philosophy of religion, if you see syllabus, it's a 10 topics only. It's a very short syllabus. And philosophy of religion is a byproduct of paper 1. Many topics would be done along with paper 1. There is a overlapping. And in the easiest way, I'll say it's a byproduct of paper 1. So I will give around 75-80% time to paper 1. Okay. And paper 1 means philosophy of religion also. And then remaining classes on the socio-political. Okay. As you have asked, writing skills is it required? Is writing skill required in physics? No, I'm asking to counter question. No, it is not. Writing skills are not required. Writing skills means what the perception in them among a student is that high vocabulary, great English. It is not like that. It's a very technical subject, very conceptual subject. And subject has its own terminologies. It has its own terminology. To the outsider, it seems you're very heavy terms. But those terms are alphabets of this. Jaise, for example, we will use word very frequently, transcendental. भाई ये आम शब्द नहीं है, आम भाषा में यूज नहीं होता है, जीएस में कहीं नहीं आता है. So a non-philosophy student sees transcendental. बोले यार ये अब ये पहले तो ये सीखो कि ये क्या है. हाँ, इसकी स्पेलिंग सीखो, फिर इसका मतलब सीखो, फिर कहाँ यूज करना है. But transcendental and all such terminologies are the alphabets of this subject. So to outsider, it requires a lot of writing skills is needed, but it is not like that. We have control over, command over concepts, and then you write in your own language, no problem at all. Okay, anything else? Yeah. No, that would be too minute. I mean, that would be a bit difficult, but broadly, I can say that till end of October, I would be taking mostly Saturdays also. After that, then I have some brief interruption. And after interruption, then we will try to come on the old pattern Monday to Friday. Okay. So I have to make a balance. Usually we take Monday to Friday. Okay. Rarely we take on Saturdays. Anything else? Same. Time won't change. Changing time is like opening a Pandora box, right? So I won't venture into that. Timing would be same. Anything? Moment we finish a particular section, then I'll suggest books. There is no point in suggesting book in the beginning. Shall we proceed? Okay. So gradually we will build up the things, and slowly and gradually we will proceed, and a time will come when you will see your syllabus. Okay, let us see how it will happen. So the first and obvious question is, what do you mean by philosophy? Whatever I ask you question in whichever area, try to give me a layman answer, not bookish answer. Okay, as a common man, as a layman कैसा देखता है, उस point of view से I need to have answer. So my questions will be of two types. One, your common sense based, and second, on the topics which I have done. So topics which I have done, from there if I ask you, logically you should not go wrong. वहां तो right answer चाहिए, ठीक है? और फर्स्ट वाला जो क्वेश्चन है कॉमन सेंस लॉजिकल बेस्ड, वहां पर गलत आंसर चाहिए. आई होप इट इज फाइन. ओके, सो द फर्स्ट थिंग इज, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय फिलॉसफी? जनरल perception about philosophy, anything which we don't understand is philosophical. जो सारा बाउंसर चला गया तो बोला यार बड़ा फिलोसॉफिकल बात करता है यार. Usual understanding is that usual perception of philosophy means it is like long beard, kurta pajama, only one slipper, दूसरी कहाँ है किधर है पता नहीं, and sitting in some corner, isolation, seeing in the eternity. हाँ, और दिए जा रहा है. We ask something to him, he says something which is completely bouncer. कहा कि भाई गलती हो गई इससे बात करके, कुछ नहीं समझ में आया. And then we say he is the philosopher. That's a general perception. और वो perception ऑप्शनल को सेलेक्ट करने में भी कैरी फॉरवर्ड हो जाता है. फिलॉसफी, अरे यार अभी थोड़ा सा सरदर्द टाइप शुरू हो गया, सोचना पड़ेगा. बट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट वी डोंट हैव टू बिकम फिलोसोफर. समय नहीं है अभी समय फिलोसोफर बनने का नहीं है. फिलोसोफर बन गए तो ये कैसे भरेंगे? गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? पहले आईएएस बनना है, आईएएस बनने के बाद में तो कुछ भी बनो, फिर फिलोसोफर बनना है. Read good books. I'll suggest you some good books, life-changing books. क्योंकि वो जरूरत है फिर, क्योंकि आपको अब बहुत सारी चीजें मैनेज करनी, मोटिवेट करना है, कुछ कुछ नई नई चीजें मार्केट में गिराते रहना है. Isn't it? अभी नहीं है, अभी तो सिलेबस है, स्टैंडर्ड टेक्स्ट बुक है, बुकलेट्स है, सिनॉप्सिस है. ये समझ लेना है, रट लेना है और उतार देना है. Okay, I cannot be so crude. Okay, and that's the only thing which is required. Anyway, so let us explore philosophy mean. You were saying something? Somebody was saying, yes? What do you mean by philosophy? Okay. That's a better, that's a layman. When we have our own definition, our own views, our own ideas, that makes some kind of like a kind of philosophy. That makes sense. As a point of view that is matching with your answer, that's a point of view. That makes sense, yeah. So सारे डिप्रेस हुए कि नहीं हुए? हुए? Okay. That's like we need to understand. We will understand this only. कोई भी क्वेश्चन वो पूछा जाएगा, जवाब मिलेगा आपको. आई मीन वी आर डिस्कसिंग दैट. जो जवाब नहीं दे रहा है वो टेंशन में नहीं आए. टेंशन में अब बेटा ये इसको तो बहुत आता है, ये तो पढ़ के आया है, बट हाउ डू यू नो दैट ही इज राइट एंड इज रॉन्ग? टेंशन में नहीं आना है बिल्कुल भी. Isn't it? You all are on equal platform. And your real test will begin when answer writing begins. Getting my point? Be practical. So भाई दिखना चाहिए कि हाँ जी ये लिखा है मैंने आंसर, वहां आपका पता लगेगा कि how much depth you have. So don't see others and get depressed. Participate. Okay? Yeah. You're saying something about thinkers, their ideas, their point of view. Okay. That's too philosophical. No, fine. You spoke. That's a good point. Because speaking is also a courageous act. Yeah. That makes sense. You have philosophical reading habits, perhaps. No? Highest academic degree is PhD, Doctorate of Philosophy. What is philosophy? We don't know, but one thing is there, that philosophy is the very basis of life. It is the life breath of human. It is the very basis of life. Philosophy differentiates us from animals. What is philosophy? We don't know. We will just explore that. We will dig up that. We won't do anything mechanical. We will dig its definition. But one thing is clear, that philosophy is something like which is the basis, which has become basis for great revolutions, which have been responsible not for just changing political system, but revolution has been led to fundamental changes. Political, social, cultural, economic, your mindset, your attitude completely changed. The basis for that has been philosophy. Philosophy has been responsible for great wars. Wars are fought on the basis of some philosophy, no matter what kind of war you are leading. Either good or bad, you must have some philosophy. You need to have certain ideology to be realized. You need to have some aim. भाई कुछ तो होगा ना, क्यों लड़ रहा है? I need to have that. I need to have social equality. Hence, I'm socialist. Hence, I'm fighting for the cause. Right? That makes sense. So you see, you must be studying world history. In all revolution, there has been a crucial role has been played by intellectuals, intellectual background. Philosophers are there. Everywhere man is born in chains. That makes sense. Isn't it? They say one thing and we stock up, we think, we reflect, and new things, new dimensions get opened up. Poets are the legislators. One poet says, you will see somewhere, no man is an island. Every man is a piece of continent. No man is an island. Poet ने कहा. So no man is island मतलब island मतलब island तो अलग रहता है. Isolated रहते हैं. So which island had become superpower till date? So prosperity lies when you are attached with the continent. So individuals are not isolated. They are not separate. They are not atomized. They are embedded in community. We are social creatures. We are gregarious. Philosophers are like that, right? They have been, philosophers or philosophy has been responsible for the construction of political, social, and economic system. We don't know what is philosophy, but philosophy has been responsible for that. They have changed the attitude. They are not changing the people who are sitting at the top. वो ही नहीं बदले. Our attitude got changed. All of a sudden, we were thinking something else, and now we all of a sudden we are thinking and practicing and demanding altogether new thing. We started demanding liberty, equality, justice, fraternity. See the change. Because there is somebody who have triggered our mind. Socrates, on the last day before the panel of judges, when he was given a death sentence, bowl of hemlock, he says, unexamined life is not worth living. Unexamined life is not worth living. If I'm not using my reason, then it would be leading animals alive. Then it's better to die than to lead an animal's life. And hence he happily drank that poison, that bowl of hemlock, and died. Revolutions and philosophers are like that. They change you. So they are responsible for construction of system or a political system. Kya? Kis pe? It is something like you can say welfare state. That makes sense. अच्छा वेलफेयर स्टेट फिलॉसफी है तो ठीक है भाई, अब ये बनाएंगे, अब ये बनाएंगे, ये इंस्टीट्यूशन, ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, ये लॉज, ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, अब 10 तरीके की चीजें बन गई. सो यू नीड टू हैव सम फिलॉसफी. You need to have, like, for example, welfare state, or somebody says, justice. So justice is the philosophy. So we will reconstruct about that. So philosophy is the basis. If still any confusion is there, you see preamble. Don't see preamble as a part of constitution, rather you see preamble as a philosophy. And then you study polity. I was talking about getting the essence, big picture, and then studying subject. पहले उसको समझो, and then you will see that your entire constitution is merely unfolding of that. Then you correlate. अरे यार अच्छा preamble, अच्छा ये preamble, अच्छा वो, अच्छा ये, and then a very good mind map is created. Interlinkages automatically come. So philosophy is that basis for the system. Philosophy has been responsible for the birth as well as the end or death of great civilizations. Great civilization born, and your philosophy got changed, great civilization ended. Many cultures and many civilizations have vanished. They've reached to that prosperity level, unparalleled, and now where they are, they're gone. क्यों भाई? आपके ओरिएंटेशन में चेंज आया. You can't bathe twice in the same river. You need to learn from the mistake. Change is the rule of the universe. You can't carry, same thing again and again. Hence, Indus Valley civilization, such a great remnants we see in our life even today that have gone. Right? So, philosophy is that we don't know what is philosophy, but yes, philosophy has that meaning. That's the basis of life. That's a life breath of human being. Philosophy is that which triggers our mind, that triggers mind. And when mind is triggered, then definitely changes are bound to occur. Then definitely there will be evolution, growth, development, progress. And it is where our mind triggered and we moved to this level, and animals remained there only. It's all game about triggering. I have given you two examples from the essay. Okay, that's like, philosophy triggers. You can't bathe twice in the same river. We would be discussing, but our discussion point would be entirely different. हम तो प्रॉपर एक थिंकर को डिस्कस करेंगे, बट थिंकर को डिस्कस करते करते इन द बैक ऑफ आवर माइंड a huge inventory would be created. So when such essay come, we don't have to reproduce that thinker, but that thinker will give you fodder that will help you to trigger that mind. The change is the rule of the universe. And when change is there, then ideas are there, then system is there, then we have to keep pace with the change. Otherwise, you will get extinct. We need to survive. We need to continue. Philosophy is that triggers. Philosophers never participate in wars. They don't participate in revolution. They're intellectual class. They're not on the street. But they give you food for thought. वो तो सिंपल सी एक चीज बोलेंगे कि भाई तेरे में और इस एनिमल में कुछ डिफरेंस है क्या? वो तो ये बोला और चला गया. 10 लोगों में से 2 लोगों ने सोचा यार क्या बोल गया वो. आई कंपेयर यार एनिमल और मी, खा रहे पी रहे सो रहे उठ रहे फिर खा रहे पी रहे सो रहे उठ रहे फिर वो तो ये दैट इज आई मीन व्हाट चेंज बिटवीन मी एंड एनिमल. Out of 10, 2 people thought and their mind triggered, and then they came out, something like that. They will talk about the values, ideals. So philosophy performs all these things that triggers your mind. But what exactly philosophy means? Whatever you have said, that makes sense. Everybody is right. Nobody is wrong. But what exactly philosophy means? Philosophy, one thing is certain, that philosophy begins in the realm of wonder. That is, in this series of questions. Philosophy begins with the wonder whenever we are in the realm of what, how, when, कैसे हुआ, नहीं यार, ऐसे तो possible नहीं है, अच्छा, it's unbelievable. You have entered into the world of philosophy. And wonder means, it's like, vismeta. Just like an alien, just imagine, alien comes to our world or we land up into alien world. How we would be reacting and responding. वो सिचुएशन हम अभी सोच भी नहीं पा रहे हैं because that is alien world. अगर सोच ही लिया तो फिर alien कैसे हुआ? And just imagine if alien comes to our world, our life, then he will be seeing and यार ये क्या लेके घूम रहा है, क्या चीज है ये? That means he will have lot of questions. You can compare a philosopher with a child, 1 year, 2-year-old child. You must have noticed the activities of the child. You must have played. See how much energetic they are. and how restless they are. Whatever thing come in front of them, they are filled with, great wonder. They try to catch it. And since this is not developed, their brain is not developed, they have only one medium through which they try to crack this clue, and that is mouth. कुछ भी मिलता है, they put in their mouth and they try to sense. उनके पास अभी कोई मीडियम है ही नहीं, इसके अलावा कुछ भी दे दो, जो भी उनके हाथ में आ गया उस वक्त वो मुंह में जाएगा. Well, that's the only medium available. Because the child has come in altogether alien world from entirely different world. उसको ये फैन घूमता हुआ नजर आ रहा है, and he feels so attracted that he will put his hand in this fan. चोट लग जाएगी, रोएगा आधे घंटे तक, उसके बाद में फिर कोई नई चीज मिली, फिर वो शुरू हो जाएगा. He is restless. If we could read his mind, and if his brain is developed somewhat, then we will be saying that his mind is filled with this long chain of this symbol. He's struggling for this. And once this symbol comes, जैसे ये हमारे पास आया, to whenever, wherever, to whosoever, whenever we have this, then we will seek. If we have questions, then we will seek its answer. The question है तो आंसर ढूंढा जाएगा. Right? And that's where we seek answers of these questions. Answers means truth. The reason behind this. I want to crack this clue. A philosopher is like that child, is like that alien throughout his life. Till the last moment of his life, he is behaving like an alien, like that child. कुछ भी सामने आया, वो उसके पीछे पीछे पड़ जाता है कि यार ये क्या हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है. That's a philosopher. Questioning and seeking answers behind that. I gave example of Newton sitting in a park and saw apple falling down. Apple falling down, he noticed by a person who is inquisitive by nature. He saw apple falling down, he jumped from the bench and said, "Yaar, what was that? Did I see right thing? I saw something falling down. Yaar, aise kaise ho gaya? How come? It's unbelievable." He picked up apple, threw with his great energy. Apple went to great height, and to his great surprise, it again came down. And now Newton is having sleepless nights. He is more restless than that child. He is more restless than that alien. Because he wants to know, yaar, ho kya raha hai? And for days and months and years, he started searching, digging. And finally, one day he came and said, "Now you ask me why this apple comes down." We asked and he says, "It's a law of gravitation here." That means he got answer of his question. So don't you think that Newton was one of the greatest philosophers? Philosopher digs the things, it reaches to the root. Philosopher seeks to find out the roots. A common man will see the tree. Hey, it's a beautiful tree, very great shadow, oh, beautiful, great, delicious fruits. But a philosopher will not see the tree, philosopher will see its roots. And that philosopher might say, "My dear friend, in another 2-3 months or another couple of years, this tree is going to fall." Because he has seen the roots. जो लोगों को नहीं दिखता, वो philosopher को दिखता है. This is where we have said it is the basis for revolution, wars, civilizations. It triggers. As a philosopher, when you'll see your people, your district, you should not give symptomatic treatment. Symptoms ka treat karte aayo, to will you able to ever resolve the issue? You should see the roots. Problem wahan hai. And that is being expected from you, taking not legal decision, taking ethical decision. क्योंकि legal decision में तो आपको space नहीं मिलेगा. I'm saying big thing. I don't know whether you have read ethics or not, but whenever you will read, you should remember this line. Ethical decision will force you to go out of the way and handling at the roots. You have a lot of studies. You have a lot of cases, case studies. Recent, आप ही जैसे लोग, when they go into the field, they have made qualitative change, going out of way. आप पढ़ते होंगे ना न्यूज़पेपर में, बहुत सारे केसेस हैं. Young recruits, young IAS have made really difference. Philosophy will hit at the roots. That's a philosophy. Philosophy begins with this. जैसे ही ये आया, इसके साथ ही क्या एक zeal आएगा, क्या एक urge will take birth to find its answer. And you will not rest till you get answer. Hence, if somebody asks you what is philosophy and what is written in the dictionary and what is written in the book definition of philosophy, there you will find search for knowledge, search for truth. That's bookish, isn't it? So that's like philosophy realizes, सिर्फ bookish की definition पढ़ के you cannot create such base. Because we stop thinking. हमने चाइल्ड का एग्जांपल दिया ना, 1 साल 2 साल में कैसे रेस्टलेस रहता है. But after 8 years or 9 years, when he become 9-year-old or 10-year-old, is he same restless as he was in his childhood? No, he becomes conditioned. He's taking the things as granted. After 10 people, 9 people become conditioned. हाँ यार चल रहा है, चलने दो यार. That inquisitiveness, that are seeking questions, raising questions, seeking answers, that habit have become dormant. But a philosopher is like that child, is like that alien till the last moment of his life. जब उसका last moment होगा, तभी भी वो ये सोचेगा कि अब कहाँ जा रहा हूं, क्या मिलेगा, कौन मिलेगा, कुछ होता है क्या, can I come back, जो पता लगेगा, will I be able to convey this? I mean, are you understanding? A true philosopher is that who is inquisitive, who has urge, who has questions, and is seeking answers. That's like philosophy mean. But does philosophy only mean seeking answers? Is it merely seeking answers? Not necessarily. Seeking answers is only a very simple statement. Philosopher does a very bigger role. He just don't search only answers. इसको थोड़ा सा इंप्रूव करो. थोड़ा सा इंप्रूव करते ही आपको पता लगेगा कि यार ये इस by questioning, I'm not seeking answers. Rather, I'm seeking justification. And when I seek justification, then revolutions come in the pipeline. Questioning and not just seeking answers, rather seeking justification. जैसे justification, I'm seeking justification for gender discrimination, right? अब जेंडर डिस्क्रिमिनेशन का ए फिलोसोफर विल सीक जस्टिफिकेशन, यार इज इट जस्टिफाइड? आप करो इसको जस्टिफाई. इफ यू आर एबल टू जस्टिफाई, then philosopher will say, okay, right. But if you are not able to justify, then what he is going to say? That this practice is right or wrong? It's a wrong. If it is wrong, then what is? If it is wrong, then what is right? That means what ought to be. Try to understand the sequence. I'm giving you inputs more for ethics and essay. Essay ethics, इसी segment से, I mean, you will be able to crack many topics of previous years. I'll give you exercise. So, seeking, I mean, questioning. A philosopher questions. And through questions, he seeks not just answers, justifications. अब आ जाओ. अब किसी भी एरिया में घुस जाएगा वो, और वो क्वेश्चन करेगा, इज योर एक्सप्लॉयटेशन ऑफ एनवायरमेंट जस्टिफाइड? वो तो सवाल करेगा, right? And we will become uncomfortable with their question. Why? Because we are not able to justify. And since we are not able to justify, then we can say, यार जिसको तुम justify नहीं कर रहे हो, is it right or wrong then? It's a wrong. If it is wrong, then what ought to be? And hence, what ought to be? Gender discrimination. What ought? Gender inequality. What ought to be? Equality. Caste discrimination. What ought to be? Equality. Environmental exploitation. What ought to be? Sustainable development. Mile na answers. That's the beauty of philosopher. And that's the beauty of questioning. Democracy survives on questioning. No questioning, then the democracy becomes then authoritarianism. Because democracy survives on questioning, criticism, mutual criticism, discussion, debate. Not only democracy, our growth, our progress, our development survives on this. You had journey of human is from human to being humane, something like that. Kaise? This journey of us started with animal. We moved from animal to man to human being to being humane. Can you write essay on that? Definitely, because that journey has been responsible because we had this. And hence we evolved from animal stage to man to human being, and now being humane. That's our journey. That's the thing which defines us. And that is the thing which defines philosophy. So philosophy is not just merely question answers. That would be a very narrow interpretation. बहुत ही narrow है seeking question answer कर रहे थे. Rather, deeper meaning is what ought to be seeking justification. जहां जहां justification मिला, that practice is right. And where justification we didn't get, then we shouted, this practice is wrong. अरे जिसको justify नहीं कर पा रहे हो, on what ground you are carrying forward then? And if this is wrong, then it will make us to think, अगर ये गलत है, तो फिर सही क्या होना चाहिए, क्या होना चाहिए, what ought to be, and once ought लगता है जिसपे, it requires thinking, and hence it begins the realm of philosophy, philosophizing. That's the crux of philosophy. That's how it defines philosophy. And if it defines philosophy, then I see that, is there any area where I cannot raise questions? Is there any aspect of my life where no question can be raised? Can I not raise question in maths? Can I not raise question in science, biology, sociology, political science? Yes, I can raise questions over there. And if questions are there, then I seek answers. And when I write answers in the form of 10 pages, 20 pages, 5 pages, then my answer is published as a research paper in some mathematical journal, in some public administration journal, in some journal of ethics. Isn't it? And hence, your highest academic degree is PhD, Doctorate of Philosophy. Doctorate of Philosophy. I'm digging the things. I'm getting into the roots, not science, not biology, not medical science, not human body. मैं इस लेवल के स्पेशलाइजेशन में चला गया कि now I'm involved into research for stem cells. Isn't it? स्पेशलाइजेशन पे लेके चला गया मैं उसको. साइंस की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं अब. साइंस के भी कहां डीप में जाके स्टेम सेल पे रिसर्च कर रहा हूं. एंड देयर stem cells is doing wonders. That is doing wonders. That is like miracles, miraculous. Those miracles which we used to study in myths, in mythologies, that has been possible. My specialization has reached to the level of nanotechnology. Nano level पे काम कर रहा हूं. वो कैसे पहुंचे यार वो? Because for some people this is never ending. ढूंढा ना उन्होंने अभी few years back God's particle. हमने तो सोचा था एटम्स में बस हो गया काम, लेकिन वो तो एक पार्टिकल और ढूंढ लाए, God's particle. We don't know how many new things they will dig from that atom. That depends upon your that inquisitiveness, right? And hence, in all the areas of my life, I can raise questions. And if questions are there, I'll seek answers and I will seek justification. And that's a never-ending journey. We are here down the lane. Where we will be? सोच नहीं पा रहे भाई, हम तो नहीं सोच पा रहे. True? We have, I mean, not you, I have been in this transition phase where we didn't know about mobile. And I remember when I saw mobile for the first time. And then next step, I mean, that was like a dream. कि यार देखूं तो सही, इसको हाथ में लेके देखूं. Really, truly, I'm speaking. And within that mobile, I mean, I'm giving a very small example. See the level of things. अब कहाँ जाएंगे? I mean, those who read science fiction and science books, probably they can have some guess. Why? कैसे? What is that one thing that triggers? जिस दिन जब तक वो है, तब तक ह्यूमन स्पीशीज है. जिस दिन ये गया, human species will end there. And that wonderful thing, that mesmerizing thing, that miraculous thing is this. This symbol will solve your many essays, I tell you. After this class, visit previous year questions of essay, and then you try to correlate. Hence, we have concluded that see, from in all walks of life, we can raise questions. And hence, we find there are certain areas from which nobody has spared. No one was spared. Each and everybody, sooner or later, have to confront these questions. You can't say, बच नहीं सकते हो. अब इस दुनिया में आ गए हो तो भाई फेस तो करना होगा. And these questions are like, what this world is. चल क्या रहा है? That's a very simple question, but very deep rooted, very philosophically deep. That simple question, that what exactly is going around? अरे बॉस चल क्या रहा है यहाँ पर? आए हैं, कर क्या रहे हैं यहाँ पर? ये हो क्या रहा है? बहुत भारी भरकम क्वेश्चन है. But we are so conditioned in our life, we are so tuned in our life, that we don't get time to reflect on this. And if we get time to reflect on this and somehow we confront this question, we have developed very good expertise of suppressing this idea because they are tension creating. क्योंकि सोचने पे मजबूर कर रहे हैं. और 10 में से 9 लोग तो दबा देते हैं, एक पकड़ लेते हैं. And that one person is like that child who will be like philosopher till the last moment of his life. So about this world, about this nature, about this life, what exactly death is, what exactly this birth is. When we lose our near and dear ones, we are forced to think. होते हैं ना इतने सारे questions होते हैं. In those days, for 3 days, 10 days, 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, we are into the ocean of questions. I mean, उससे तो बच नहीं सकते. क्या है, क्या लाइफ है, क्यों आए, कहाँ गए? हाँ, he was with me just now and now he left, never to come back. What is death? What is birth? Where he has gone? What exactly this is? Do we have questions? You had something. How to maintain? No. They are not a skeptic. Intention is not to have disorder. They are seeking justifications. Intention is not to create disorderness. Okay? Try to think in a positive way. Okay? It's not like that, chaos they are creating. We are talking about the philosophers. Okay? And sometimes they might create chaos also. No problem. It depends. So one set of question is this. Question है तो इनके आंसर्स भी ढूंढने होंगे. ठीक है. आंसर्स अब कैसे ढूंढे इनके? How to find answers? What is the methodology to find answers? What this nature is? Who created this? What is happening? What is this plant? How I'm breathing? How come this life has come? What, I mean, unicellular and multicellular and all that. I mean, I'm talking about in that way. तो ये है. अब मुझे इनके आंसर्स चाहिए. तो कैसे लूंगा आंसर्स? Yeah? Observation. Very fine. Reading, learning, observing. That's perfectly fine. Experimenting. Isn't it? I do experimentation in laboratory. I want to crack. So I have taken something into my laboratory and started digging up. Oh, that's wonderful. So one methodology we have discussed as observation, experimentation, and verification. I reached to certain conclusion and then I verified it. And once it is subject to verification, then it has become a law. फिर एक लॉ बना दिया, एक थीसिस बन गई, लो जी ऐसा होता है जी। सीधे ही तो मैंने नहीं बोल दिया कि एटम्स में प्रोटॉन, इलेक्ट्रॉन, न्यूट्रॉन्स होते हैं। I experimented, I observed, experimented, and then verified, and then I concluded, look, this is how the thing is. Law of gravitation is there. So observation, experimentation, and verification. That means this domain is of what? These are the tools of whom? Science. So perfectly fine. So is questioning say, which discipline has taken birth? Science. So science is a product of whom? Not vice versa. Vice versa नहीं है. Umbrella is philosophy. Questioning आया पहले. It is just imagine, think that man for the first time have seen rain. उस वक्त इमेजिन करो, उस वक्त का टाइम, फर्स्ट रेन. भाई यार ये क्या हो रहा है? Majority of the people, अरे यार हाँ हो गया भाई ये हो गया, anything, and they got tuned, enjoyed and went to their respective homes or respective places, not homes. But one person stayed there. बोले ये आ कैसे रहा है, कहां से आया है, क्यों आ रहा है, कैसे आ रहा है? I mean, he is like a philosopher. हैं तो सारे, but those have become conditioned. They started taking things as granted. चलता है types. लेकिन एक वहां पर रुक गया, और एक रुक गया तो फिर वो अब ढूंढ रहा है, ये रुक गई, अब नेक्स्ट टाइम कब आएगी? He's waiting, he's thinking, he's trying to crack that clue. And in that process, he noticed that some water was lying, and after 2-3 days, that water vanished. He noticed, अबे यार यहाँ से 5 दिन तक तो पानी था, ये धीरे धीरे कम होते होते ये तो सूख गया. Nobody has ever used it. ये गया कहाँ? फिर कुछ टाइम बाद में बारिश हो गई. I mean, is it very easy to correlate them? कि अच्छा ये पानी ऊपर गया और ऊपर से वापस आया. This is how discoveries are made. This is how, like, evaporation and condensation and precipitation, and फिर तो पूरी कहानी बन गई. That's how the birth of science. Is that fine? Okay. And hence, we have great scientists, great mathematicians, great biologists, great physicists. Science में तो बहुत है, right? There are n number of people or domain or discipline. ये scientist, great scientist, greatest people like Newton. Have you heard the name of Leibniz? Leibniz के theorems बड़े solve करे होंगे आप. वही वाला Leibniz. Leibniz, Newton. I mean, these people, like, these great people, while working, after working in laboratory, दिन भर काम करके 10 से 5 काम किया, एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, बड़ी चीजें ऑब्जर्व करी, और जब लेबोरेटरी खत्म हो गया, ऑफिस टाइम खत्म हो गया, तो भाई दे आर गोइंग बैक टू देयर होम. घर पहुंचे, घर पहुंच में रिलैक्स कर रहे हैं, नहाए धोए, एंड दे आर टेकिंग शावर, एंड देन दे आर रिलैक्सिंग, एंड दे आर सिटिंग इन देयर balcony in a relaxed mode. They're sitting with a glass of wine, और एक घूंट अंदर गई, फिर इनका एक नया सवाल हुआ, ये साइंस किसने बनाई? गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? अब वो उसका मेथोडोलॉजी इज नाउ चेंज्ड. अब वो सिस्टम कह रहा है, यार इस सिस्टम बनाया है किसने? Getting my point? He knows scientific methods, observation, experimentation, verification, that is done. उनसे बड़ा साइंटिस्ट नहीं है भाई. But now, apart from science, when they are in surplus time, when they are in relaxed time, they are sitting in balcony and seeing and thinking, खैर ये एटम किसने बनाया, एटम में क्या होता है पता है मुझे, but who created this atom, who created this system? Now these people are going beyond the domain of observation, experimentation and verification. अब उस रियाल में जाना जा रहे हैं अभी. There is one movie, Hindi movie, few years back had come, Rockstar. There was one song, very popular song, right? He was singing in that Nijamuddin Aulia Dargah. Can you give me that first line? Kun fayakun. उसकी पहली लाइन बताएंगे? जब कहीं पे पहले कुछ भी नहीं था, isn't it? तब तू ही था, तू ही था, तू ही तो था. जब पहले कहीं कुछ भी नहीं था, when there was nothing, nobody else, तब कौन था? साइंस क्या बोलेगी? कौन था? What science will say? H2O था भाई. वाटर या जो भी है, जो भी गैसियस फॉर्म है या जो भी है, वो था भाई. लेकिन शाम को 6 बजे बाद, अब साइंस तो खत्म हो गई ना भाई. अब साइंस तो खत्म, अब साइंस को सुबह 10 बजे से 5 बजे के बाद बीच में बात करेंगे. अब शाम के 6 बजे बाद, वो भी 2 लेने के बाद, जब पहले कहीं कुछ भी नहीं था. आई मीन दैट्स वेरी ऑब्वियस क्वेश्चन. तब कौन था? है ना, वही था. That's the fundamental question. Okay, and this is where begins that another set of questions. अब मुझे इसका जवाब चाहिए. पहले कौन, जब कोई नहीं था तब कौन था? Now I will seek answer of this question through my imagination, my creativity, my thinking. I'll write here imagination and my thinking. Or I can say now, here I can use the word, speculation. अब सबका अपना अपना थिंकिंग प्रोसेस है और सबके अपने अपने अब आंसर्स है. Now different people will give different explanation because now their answers are based on imagination. Can we say to them कि prove करके बता? Isn't it? No, क्योंकि वो तो कह ही रहा है कि भाई अब मैं फेंकूंगा. फेंकने की बात शुरू हो गई है. अब प्रूव की बात करेगा तो सुबह में से 10 बजे मिलना और लेबोरेटरी में. Isn't it? अब क्या है, लेबोरेटरी पूरे टाइम काम ही करेंगे क्या यार? थोड़ा रिलैक्स टाइम है, थोड़ा सा एंजॉय करेंगे, थोड़ा सा क्रिएटिविटी करेंगे, बिकॉज ह्यूमन बीइंग इज नॉट अ मशीन. ए बीइंग इज दैट हु थिंक्स. तो नाउ आई विल थिंक एंड थ्रू थिंकिंग आई विल आंसर नाउ. कि जब पहले कहीं कुछ भी नहीं था, तब ये कह रहे हैं तब तू ही था, तू ही तो था, तू ही तो था. अब ये तू ही था, ये कौन है? 10 people and we will get 10 answers. That's your paper 1. That's your paper 1. Thinkers, different thinkers, and now they are thinking, imagining, and trying to answer the fundamental questions of our life. कि बहुत चल क्या रहा है, हो क्या रहा है यहाँ पे, what exactly is happening. Now Leibniz will explain, Newton will explain, other mathematicians and physicians, people will explain. And when Leibniz goes there, then he has invented calculus. He will be talking about atoms. He has led to various discoveries, you can say that, contemporary of Newton, as good, great as Newton. लेकिन जब यहां आएगा तब फिर क्या करेगा? फेंकेगा. तो हमारे सिलेबस में क्या है लाइबनिज की? फेकोलॉजी. बिकॉज वी आर नॉट ए स्टूडेंट ऑफ साइंस. एम आई राइट? तो अब हमने ये पढ़ना है. तो पहले कौन था? तू ही था, तू ही था. इसकी आगे की एक लाइन और ले लेंगे तो आपका सिलेबस कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. ओके? At appropriate time, we will discuss that and we will appreciate that. Every line you will understand उस song का, and you will appreciate and you will be delighted. अभी नहीं, अभी तो एक ही लाइन हमारे लिए चाहिए. तो ये उस चीज को ढूंढ रहे हैं. न्यूटन से किसी ने कहा कि हाउ दिस प्लैनेट्स एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर रिवॉल्विंग, रोटेटिंग. न्यूटन ने कहा इट्स अ लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन. फिर किसी ने कहा यार हैव यू सीन दिस सिस्टम, सोलर सिस्टम, इट्स सो ब्यूटिफुली अरेंज्ड. सी, such a beautiful arrangement. Every planet have their own path. They are not changing. Well said. And look, so beautiful, so harmonized, so order, so design. Newton says that by seeing this, I can definitely say that there must be some infinite mind who created this. So his first answer belonged to, and second answer. तो भाई हमारा जो पेपर 1 है वो ए नेचर का है. दे आर ट्राइंग टू क्रैक द फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चंस, आंसर्स ऑफ दीज फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चंस. यहां पर कोई एक यूनिवर्सल व्यू हो सकता है? यहां हो सकता है साइंस में? यहां तो है ही, क्योंकि वेरीफाई करेगा अगला. तो यहां पर अगर हम किसी को बोले, कोई भी फिलोसोफर की बात सुने एंड वी से यार ऐसे थोड़ी होता है, will this attitude and will this comment appropriate? No. वो तो खुद ही कह रहा है कि भाई मैं फेंक रहा हूं. लेकिन इनके फेंकने में भी बात है. Because these people are of great mental caliber. They are not normal people. They have huge mental caliber. These are great people. They are changers. तो इनके फेंकने में भी बात है, और इतनी बात है कि अब हमारे सिलेबस में है. और इसी बात का एग्जाम होगा कि भाई वो समझा कि नहीं समझा. गेटिंग? सो दैट्स लाइक ए पेपर 1. अब हमारे क्वेश्चंस का बास्केट थोड़ा सा बढ़ाते हैं. एंड वी सी दैट आई कैन हैव क्वेश्चन इन दी social matters also, isn't it? जैसे हमारे ये फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चंस हैं, in the same way there must be some fundamental questions regarding in this our society. What is society? Family, marriages, this, that, वो सारी society है. So once we have factual answer, we get discipline like sociology. And when in that, I mean, sociology is dealing with something like what is. Science is dealing what is. And these people are dealing what ought to be. In the same way, sociology is dealing what is, gender issues, caste issues, marriage issues, family issues, property issues, crime issues, etc., etc. And once we impose what ought to be, then this sociology becomes socio-philosophy. Because here we have what ought to. What ought to, क्या होना चाहिए? Gender discrimination, is it justified? No, it is wrong. If it is wrong, then what ought to be? Gender justice, gender equality. Ought आ गया and ought आ गया, तो social philosophy हो गया. In the same way, we have questions regarding polity. And once we discuss what is, we have political science. And there, what ought to be, then we have political philosophy. Which form of government is best? Why? So political science as well as political philosophy. Both, I mean, domain is not so watertight. That's a, blur, division is blurring. Both are intermixed. And hence, we have socio-philosophy and political philosophy. This makes your paper 2, first part, that is socio-political philosophy. Is that clear? So that's like a paper 1, paper 2. अब आप बताएं रिलीजन को कहां फिट करें? Now everything is in front of you. Where we should put philosophy of religion then? यहाँ फिट करेंगे, क्योंकि हमारा सोशल एस्पेक्ट्स नहीं देखना है हमने रिलीजन का. व्हाट यू हैव सेड इज राइट, सोशियोलॉजी में भी आएगा, राइट? लेकिन हम फिलॉसफी के स्टूडेंट हैं, सो वी विल पुट philosophy of religion here. As earlier also I have told you, philosophy of religion is a byproduct of paper 1. यहीं से paper 1 निकलेगा. जितना स्ट्रॉन्ग पेपर 1 होगा, उतना स्ट्रॉन्ग philosophy of religion होता चला जाएगा. And it won't consume much time on philosophy of religion. And with that intention only, I will be giving extra time on paper 1. And while giving extra time for paper 1, I will be creating a solid base background for my philosophy of religion also. Please try to correlate that. उस वक्त फिर ये somebody says कि सर जल्दी हो गया, तो भाई फिर 2 महीने तक हम क्या कर रहे थे पेपर 1 में? That's like very immature comment. 2 महीने लगाए भाई, किस लिए लगाए? वो हम 1.5 महीने में भी कर सकते थे, 2.25 महीने लगा दिए. Because philosophy of religion, that is in my mind. You don't have to worry about that. हमने तो वो करना है जो भी चीजें we have picked up. So that's how 75% of the syllabus is like thinker based, and paper 1 and philosophy of religion is here. Socio-political, इसका orientation obviously वैसा तो नहीं होगा. Okay, इसका orientation थोड़ा अलग है. So we will see that. So see, different aspects of our life, different set of questions, and different set of disciplines. अब ये यहीं थोड़ी रुकेगा यार. Science means broadly physics, chemistry, biology. Biology means zoology, botany, this. Physics means quantum and this. वो चलता जाएगा. अब वो इस लेवल तक चला गया कि नैनो टेक्नोलॉजी. ये साइंस वाला, बायोलॉजी वाला पार्ट इतना चला गया कि स्टेम सेल्स. That's like multiplication. More and more era of specialization is coming, and we are getting into the more and more minute level. We are playing at the nano level. In the same way, there is also one question that pertains to everybody, okay? That is, how we ought to live. How we ought to live. ये भी तो एक क्वेश्चन है, फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चन है. So some questions are related to fundamental questions like our life, this nature, this world, society, polity. Somebody might not be interested in social or polity, but sooner or later you have to confront these questions. And equally, everybody, directly or indirectly, have to confront this. How we ought to live. हमें कैसे जीना चाहिए, ये तभी डिसाइड हो सकता है जब हम yes, I mean, shall I dig you? When this question will have answer, can you try? How we ought to live, हमें कैसे जीना चाहिए, इस क्वेश्चन से पहले एक क्वेश्चन और आएगा, what? Yeah? Why to live? Fine, it is related to this only. Yeah, that's wonderful. Good. Aim of life, summum bonum of human life. चाहिए क्या? ये चाहिए. तो फिर ये डिसाइड होगा how we ought to live. We ought to live in a such a way so as to realize this thing. And hence, from here, we have moral philosophy. And that's your paper 4, GS paper 4. How we ought to live. और जो एम डिसाइड करेंगे, इट इज नॉट बेस्ड ऑन एनी विम्स एंड फैंसीज. ऐसे नहीं है कि मेरा एम तो ये है. नो, दैट उसका पैटर्न अलग है. दैट इज लाइक गोइंग आउट ऑफ आवर वे. बट समवेयर whenever I get time, I'll give you certain inputs on ethics also, and I will try to, definitely I'll try to elaborate on this aspect that will increase your clarity with respect to GS paper 4. Again, that will help you to have a kind of big picture formation for this. यहां तो हम काम कर ही रहे हैं. I hope that's fine. Hence, we have now takeaway of this class is paper 1 and paper 2. From where they have come, we have created a sequence. In this background, tomorrow we will pick up some basic concepts. ये philosophy paper 1 किसके इर्द गिर्द घूम रहा है? We will pick up that. All those are logical concepts. We will understand. Along with that, we will see some do's and don'ts also. And we will move to next section then. Okay, fine. So let us wind up for the day. And tomorrow we'll continue, same time. Thank you.